Alright, I'd like to do a little video here on one of my favorite knot tying tools, or splicing tools, whichever one you want to call it. This is a Fid-O. Might not seem like much, might just look like a little plastic spike. It's been around a long time, but there's not sometimes after a few years go by, people kind of forget about these things, but it's still here, and you can still get them. You probably won't be able to get them for much longer. There's not that many left for sale out there, but it comes apart and helps you get the rope through the lay here. The Fid-O was invented by Mr. James McGrew. He was a Navy man. He was in before World War II, in the 30s, and then after the war started, he got back into it. He finally got out as a warrant officer carpenter's mate, I guess is what you call them, a warrant carpenter. I'm not sure. I wasn't around back then. We didn't have carpenter's mates when I was in the Navy, but Mr. McGrew, I knew him over the telephone. He died, I think, around about 2013, I think. I'll clarify this down in the comments below. But I just wanted to show you the Fid-O. Comes with a little instruction booklet here. Shows you a bunch of different splices, things you can do with it. And it's a very versatile tool. Make knots with it, splices with it. It's very popular out west. Cowboys like using these things. I first found out about it in Oklahoma City. Robert Black showed me one when I was out there, probably in the late 90s. And then I got me a couple of them. But I'll show you how it works. Let me move Mr. McGrew here. And there's a big one. They call this a medium, but it's a large. There's only two sizes. You can get the small one and the big one. They call this a small, they call this a medium. I guess at one time there was a bigger one, but I haven't seen that one. Most of the time you'll just use this small one on stuff like 1/2 inch rope, 3/4 rope, 3/4 inch rope, 1/4 inch. But the way it works is put your figure out. This one's going to be about like that. I use a wire tie from some trash bags to put on here to hold it, so I can unravel enough length here to do the splice. Then I just wrap the wire tie back around here. Then when I get done doing the splice, I just unwind the wire tie. But put it in here, pull off the end, put this one in, and then pull it out. We'll do the next one. It just makes splicing a lot easier. These first couple of tucks aren't that hard, but I'm just doing this to show you how it works. And since this is nylon rope, we're going to need 7. They say put at least 5 tucks if it's nylon rope. I like to put more than that because nylon's slipperier. They say if it's natural line like manila, you can get by with 3, but I usually put 4 or 5. And when it comes to nylon rope, I usually put 7. And it's not, once you get it started, it's not hard to find your way on these things. It's just going to go across it in a regular pattern. Kind of tighten it up a little bit as you go along so your splice stays even. The further up you go, the tighter it's going to get. That's where this comes in handy. But I've always liked this tool. If you're splicing your own dock lines or anything like that, this comes in very, very handy. Makes it so simple that even I could do it. And it's a great place keeper. And I won't bore you with going along over and over and over, but you can see how it looks. Once you get to this point, you can go ahead and take this off if you want to. After you get maybe 3 tucks in, you're pretty much there. And if you want to, some people tie this off with a constrictor knot to hold it in place and just leave it on there, but I don't like to leave it on there. But you see the splice here? This one would continue on up and have 7 tucks in here, but I'm stopping at 3 because you get the gist of it. And these are still available. There's a link below where you can get these on Amazon. You get these in a kit. You get a big one and a little one. But click on the link below, and there's also going to be a link below to show you the history of the Fid-O, a little bit of history on it. It's interesting to read. I mean, the guy that invented this, he put a lot of thought into it. He was an old school sailor, and these tools made it a lot easier for him to do his job. And I think he sold these things for around probably over 50 years. I know that I found them in '95, and I've been told they were around in the 70s and the 60s. I think I actually saw Mr. McGrew one time at a trade show in San Diego, or it might have been Long Beach, when I was in the Navy back in the late 80s. But it's a great tool. Check out the link below. There's a link on Amazon. There's also another link in there that shows the old web page that Mr. McGrew had when he was still living, when he was selling these things. But like I said, there's still a few you can buy. Once they're gone, they're probably going to be gone, because I haven't heard anything about anybody making these anymore. But there's still probably about 1,000 left out there. You can still get a set, and it's a good tool. You get a big one, you get a little one, and you get a set of instructions to go with it. So have a look, and if you want to, put something in the comments below. Let me know what you think of it and what kind of uses you got out of it. Make your own videos. Show this thing. Show how it works. Younger people how don't really have any idea of this, if you're a bosun mate in the Navy or Coast Guard, this thing's great. Even in the Army, some of the riggers and stuff like that, and the engineering outfits, these things can save you a lot of time. And when you start working with manila line, that actually gets tighter than nylon. It helps even more. But you'll use this bigger one on the manila line when you're working with like stuff like 1 inch, inch and a half. This thing's a lifesaver when you start working with that stuff. But thank you for your time, and post in the comments below if you have anything to say. Thank you very much.